Oh, God.
Hi, my name's Richard.
Well, I'm not sure if there's, 8 seconds. Oh, that's how much we're into it. We have no idea what we're doing if there's anybody there yet. Trying to find this on my husband's phone. Oh, there we go. Got to turn that off. And we'll see when anybody comes in. Oh, hi, Farmoki. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming. As you can see, we really don't know what we're doing. This is I did a little test stream last week, and Shanna Craft, hello, glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Ardez RV Life, hey, glad you are here. The Modern King, Kim the Modern King. Glad you're here. Thank you very much. And Rayleigh Creative Travel, and we love all of you. You know, this has become like a little family, you know, an extended family to us. And we're grateful that you're part of what we're doing. Griswold Family Vacay. Oh boy. Now that is a channel I'm going to go look at. I haven't seen you yet, so I'm glad you're watching this today. Daydream About Nice Things. Thank you for the Roy and Becky raid. Roy and Becky's Travels is a wonderful channel. And Daydream About Nice Things, of course, Gary, it is amazing what you do, and that's just a fact. So thank you for all that you do. Thrifty Angela, thank you for coming. Happy Place Camping, thank you for coming. Meant to Be RV. Well, I guess we made it live. So I can see stuff up on my phone. Thrifty Angela, Rayleigh Creative Travel, Honey and Me, thank you. Bob's Adventure, woo! We appreciate all of you coming. Linda Barker, thank you so much. Vanderella, Sexy Matt, hey Sexy Matt, how you doing? Scott Jacobs and Appreciation. Well, thank you, Scott. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. I just want to make sure I've got everybody.
Was that all 5 of them?
All 5 of you? No, it looks like there's 19. That's really nice. Light and Love. Thank you for coming. Again, a channel I haven't met yet, but I'm meeting you today. Thank you. RV Ashes in April. There's no Ravel, to my knowledge. That is not a word. Nomadic Rat Pack. Gypsy Pear. Hello to both of you. So, I'm going to give this over to you. There. And if there's somebody new that comes on that I haven't mentioned, you just feel free to jump in and say hi. Welcome to everybody. We are very glad that you came. This is the other half of Burning Up the Roads, which you've heard and seen from Little Less.
My name's Richard.
And I just want to welcome everybody. Make sure that, hello, Box ND. Thank you for coming. I so appreciate that. And Gypsy Pear, Shanacraft, I think I've said hello to everybody that's come in the room so far. So to get moving, just want to make sure that everybody knows how appreciative we are of you taking time out of your day to come here and spend some time with us and hang out and get to know each other. Robin West, hello. Okay. Bob's Adventure, I already said hello, but hello again. Thank you for letting me talk on your channel. Okay, so we're going to do mail call. And yeah, so first off, we have a couple. We have 2.
Box Van D's here.
I know. I said hello. I'm really grateful she's here. So we've got, first of all, I want to explain something. We have been down for the last month. And I'm not going to turn this into a sad show at all, but I think most of you know my father died a month ago, and it's been a tough, tough month. I had, and I just didn't want to do anything. I watched all of you, but I just didn't want to do anything. It's been hard to deal with, but I got through it for a big chunk of it anyways, and that's just going to take a lifetime now to deal with, but I feel like I can come back and start working, and so I'm happy that I've gotten over a big hurdle that I wasn't sure I would get over, ever. So that's it. That's why we haven't been producing anything recently, but we are going to be doing it soon. I've got stuff actually ready to go. I just got to do a couple tweaks, and in the next day or so, you should be seeing some stuff from us. So, Richard, if you want to do this part for now, I'll turn it over to you.
These are
Stickers.
yeah. These are stickers that we've gotten from people so far. One is Mike and Teresa Lee. We've gotten sticker from, and I suppose I can hold it up.
Yep. Anything that's in there.
There's a meant to be RVing. Is that right?
Yep. And here is the sticker. Teresa, thank you. And that is meant to be Arvine. You are so helpful to us, and I love hanging out with you in the late night chats when I can keep myself awake late.
And here is one from Gary, the Heartliners.
No, just
What?
it's daydream about nice things.
Oh, daydream about nice things, Gary. Here's his sticker.
I love that with all the color. That's nice colors, Gary.
Okay. That's that. Now what?
That's all. We have another sticker. I can't find it, and I kept them all together.
I have one somewhere from Gone Boondocking. But I don't know where I put it to keep it.
Yeah.
It's here somewhere.
We will find it because we love Gone Boondocking. He's a wonderful guy. He's a brilliant man. So the next thing we're going to do is there's been some people who've influenced us, some what I'm going to call and refer to as channel influencers, life influencers really. And every week we're going to shout out channels that have influenced us in our trek to become nomads. Some of them are in this community, and some are not in this community at this point in time, but they've influenced us and kept us moving in this direction and got us to you, which has exploded our channel and given us training, really. I mean, this is a training ground. If you guys are new to this community, this is a training ground for people who want to live a nomad life, part-time, full-time, even no time, because there are some people that are not.
25 in the house.
Okay, that's good. So I want to talk about them right now. The first person, and this always has to be for me, the first person who influenced us, and that is Bob Wells from Cheap RV Living. He is the first person we ever saw, and he led us to the community of nomads. The community of nomads eventually led us to this point, and to all of you. I don't even know how to start about this man for me personally. He is the first person who introduced me to the idea of pooping in a bucket. Now, I don't think my family's on here when you watch it later. But I've never used a bucket for anything but to vomit in. Okay. And so the idea that I could live with that, maybe he has made it not as horrifying. So that's a good thing. So anyways, that's for me why he is my first influencer, our first influencer. The next one, Box Van D. I've watched everything about you so far. Thank you for being exactly who you are. And, how I see you as someone who's indomitable, straight talking, straightforward, and you have a deeply kind heart. And I can see all of that in one person, and it and then I see all of the things that you've gone through, the strokes, the eye surgeries, your history, your childhood history, all of that. Living in a car, I don't believe I could live in a car at this time. I have too many disabilities, but you know, I saw you do it, and work your way up. So thank you for being part of what has led me to someday being out there. The third person, her name is Carolyn, and she's from Carolyn's RV Life. And Carolyn is an extremely strong lady. She's the first person I saw who had a very successful life, and had accumulated things and some financial stability, and that she gave it all up to do this. She left a very successful career to come out onto the road and live full time. And to top that off, she does tons of physical stuff, like hiking most of the Pacific Crest Trail from the base of Oregon up to through big chunk of Washington. Also went with her along, so to speak, on a ride to Alaska, which I promised my father before he died in the last year. We talked about what we were doing, and I promised I would go to Alaska. He said it was really the only regret he had in his life of his 94 years was not making it to Alaska. And I told him we'll go to Alaska for him and leave some kind of mark there in his behalf. So she's that person. And she, by the way, she does it all alone, like many of you. And then the last person I'm going to do today as an influencer is Robin from Creativity RV. And this lady not only is sweet and kind, she's brilliant. She's a writer. And she also left a very, very successful financial career behind to come out on the road and do this and to reach for a dream. She had come to her through a crisis in life, losing her sister. And I encourage anybody that I've mentioned on here, Bob Wells' Cheap RV Living, Carolyn's RV Life, Robin from Creativity RV, to go look at those channels and see what they have to offer. Robin from Creativity RV, this woman has wrote 2 books about the nomad life. And the first book was Be a Nomad, Be a Nomad, Change Your Life. And that talks about her life all the way through to from her sister's death to being on the road. And she updates it every 3 months. And then the second book that she wrote is called Work from Home While You Roam. And she has over 300 resources for every kind of worker, be it a physical laborer or writing or anything. And I've got that book. I've downloaded, I bought it for $9.99. I downloaded it and I've read most of it. And I have some great ideas of how to work from a roaming home. All right, so now we're going to move on to something fun that we should have done a long time ago, but we got this right before my dad's passing. Go ahead and just put him down. I'll look at this while you're reading that, and I'll know when to jump in.
Reading this.
Oh, let me say something. My little sister, Priscilla, thank you for coming. My wonderful niece, Angie, thank you for being here. Doreen Brannon, I'm glad you're here. Sorry about the issue you're having with YouTube. Hope it gets worked out.
Can't do this.
Okay.
Can't do that. How can I do it? Have the answers?
Okay. No, we're just going to talk about it. So
Okay.
just put the question. This is Pandemic Lockdown Challenge questions by Saucy the Towboat Chef.
I can't read your writing. Okay.
He can't read my handwriting, so.
Not at all. How many rolls of toilet paper do you have?
Yes.
40?
We have about 40 rolls now. We had gotten down to a very limited amount. And when we had the opportunity, every time we've gone to Walmart, I've gotten a new package because I can't be in a situation where caught me by surprise last time. And there's 3 adults living in this house, 2 bathrooms. So we need some toilet paper.
Okay. What's been the biggest change since the lockdown?
For you.
For me, the biggest change has probably been staying at home. I'm at home all the time, it seems. A lockdown is just locked down here. I'm locked down in this house. We are both locked down in this house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we just now, for the last few days, we got out a couple times. And we went to the coast. That was good.
Yeah.
And it was quite the stress reliever. So... what about you?
I think very much exactly like Richard's talking about. We were very mobile. There's a couple things we do on a regular basis that takes us out of the house that we really could not do. We've been able to do them online, on Zoom, a platform called Zoom. And so that is really helpful to us. And then we have, we've gone to Walmart as needed or other stores, not just Walmart. But we've done our shopping. But it really is the lack of mobility, and I don't like being controlled. I'm not very good at that.
Okay, the next question is, what are you most grateful for? What am I most grateful for? I'm most grateful for my health, that I don't have the disease, the pandemic, and that I'm alive and well, generally. I need a back surgery. I've got a endoscopy coming up on Monday, which is day after tomorrow. I forgot all about it. They just called me a few minutes ago.
No, it's a week from today.
Oh, is it next Monday?
Today is Monday.
Good. Thank God. It's a week next week. I'm so happy. So what are you most grateful for?
Well, I'm most grateful for my family, because I have a large family that I come from here in Eugene, including my husband, who we've been married 35 years together.
Somebody was in the house too.
Together for 37. Our son, we love our son living with us most of the time. He's a wonderful kid. And our beagle, who is laying behind us, Patty will be on the road with us, and she's 20 years old. She's in great health, though. You talk about healthy. 20-year-old dog being healthy.
You can't see her.
I know.
Trying to get it so they can see them.
She's kind of out of sight for right now.
So
that is me.
What have you gone without lately? What have I gone without lately?
I don't know.
I don't think I've gone without anything I need.
Right.
My needs are met, and I haven't gone without anything that I absolutely have to have.
I'd say fun. We've gone without fun. So YouTube has picked up that mantle and ran with it for us.
Okay, so that comes to the next question. What are you the most grateful for? What am I the most grateful for? I've already answered that just a few minutes ago. 3 and 5 are the same here.
Okay.
So 6. What are you missing most?
Look up.
What am I most missing most? Travel. Being out of the house. Getting out and about. Seeing people. That's it. That's what I'm missing most. What about you?
It's the same answer. Missing people, missing travel, being able to come and go and not be scorned at, because I've gotten masks from Gary at Daydream About Nice Things. My cousin made one and sent it to us. And then we have a couple of others. I just don't deal well. I feel claustrophobic in them and I can't help it. And so if I can get away with it and feel safe, I don't wear it. But also I've been tested for this issue and neither one of us have it. Go ahead.
Next question. What was the last time you were at a campsite? When was the last time you were at a campsite?
A long time ago.
Oh, no, it hasn't been that long ago. I was at a campsite probably a couple summers ago. I think it was a couple summers ago that I was at a campsite, but that doesn't mean I was camping, but I was there. I was at a campsite a couple summers ago. How about you?
It would be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Would be the same. We are in the process of getting on the road. But as soon as we can, our plans are for January, which is another video. But anyways, yeah, I think that would probably be the same thing for me.
What's your favorite quarantine food? Chicken, or turkey breast, chicken, white meat, bird.
Mine is going to have to be bagels because I am a carb addict, and this unfortunate thing that's been going on for the last what seems like 40 years. I've gained weight, and I just saying I've heard other people talk about it too. I just can't. But that's been one of the consequences of feeling not real happy. Go ahead.
How are you exercising or working out? I'm not. I have a back issue. I cannot exercise right now. I'd like to, but I'm afraid I'm going to hurt myself or I'll hurt worse. And that's not a good thing. So I'm not really exercising at this point. I'm just trying to let time go by and get my surgery. How about you?
So for me, it is actually similar to Richard's. I'm going to need another back surgery. I've had 11. He's kept me walking. My neurosurgeon has kept me moving, kept me walking. And I've had in the last 9 years or so, I've had 11 back surgeries. I think it's 11. It could be 10, but I think it's 11. And in order to get moving and out there, I'm going to have another one. And it has really sidelined me. It's put me down. I spend a lot of time in a vertical position because I just can't sit up and what's the word, Richard, of the spine? Push down on my spine. Compress the nerve any worse than it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Who are you choosing for the 5 channels?
Okay. So we're not choosing anybody because I think everybody's done it that I don't know anybody who hasn't done it. If you haven't done it, and this is about honesty and fun, if you haven't done it, I challenge you to say, hey, yeah, that actually sounds like something I'd like to do, and do it and let us know that you did it. It would be really interesting. And let us know when you're going to do it in a video so we can, in a live stream or a video, and we'll come and look and keep my eyes out. Bonus question. What has been or will be your pandemic panic purchase? Panic purchase was toilet tissue. I just say it. It was toilet tissue. Very small panic, but nonetheless. All right, so that's it for that. So
where are we at?
We're right there. So topic of the day is
overdoing it.
So I don't know if y'all can see, but I've got this nasty red issue. This issue right here on my face, and this ties in. So 2 days ago, I woke up with a little white head on my chin. And it was non-visible, actually. And I fussed with it throughout the day. And I created this huge, gigantic problem that's visible from a mile away. So I have a history of overdoing it. I usually jump in with both feet. What about you?
I do too.
Yeah. Your broken body's
I
kind
used to jump in with 2 feet.
Yep, we're similar in that respect. And so I wanted to find out in the chat how people deal with things in overdoing it. Because yesterday, for an example, and one more example, last example, I was trying to figure something out about a document I was working on. And I spent an entire 10 hours working on this document because I was trying to force a round peg into a square hole. But I figured I can do it. I know how to do things. And at about 10 o'clock last night, as I was feeling like I was going to have a heart attack or a meltdown, I asked our 30-year-old son, who's very well versed in these kind of things, why was this barrier here for me? And he showed me, and it was I was using the wrong program. But I stayed for 10 hours in that wrong program, wasted an entire day. So let's see what people are saying. And I apologize for not.
Well, we can definitely watch the phone and see what people are saying. That would definitely be helpful. I cannot read what's on the screen, so that's not going to be helpful for me. I can't see. Even with my glasses, I can't see that.
Well, Thrifty Angela says, I definitely overdo it all the time. When I start something, I put 200% into it. I'm an overachiever and a perfectionist. And I hear you, Angela. And perfection, what I've experienced for me is elusive. Perfection does not exist. I'll think I've got it all, the I's dotted and the T's crossed.
Here's what I do, and I see as perfection.
No. There you go.
Oh, sorry I dropped you. Here is pictures that I drew, and they are not so easy to broadcast.
Okay, fixed it. He was just trying to show you a couple of the things he's done, the pieces, the work. That is a self-portrait.
It's okay.
And that's my Aunt Chrissy. And that is a little deer in the woods. So now getting this back up where it belongs without touching the screen, Richard, is the key.
Oh, I did. I touched the screen already.
Sorry. So sorry.
Oh. Why didn't you tell me it was that tight? There we go. I didn't have any idea. See? Leave it to me and I'll mess it up every time. That's why nobody's leaving it to me.
Okay, we're back. Kind of.
It's a little off. I don't want to touch it. It's this way that it's off.
Sorry. I'm sorry for that disruption, but that's all right. He didn't know. Okay, so just trying to figure out how people deal with these things.
Is there still people in the house?
Yeah, yes.
Or did everybody leave?
Did everybody leave?
Did everybody leave?
No.
We got more than I thought we did.
Yeah. Box Van D, beautiful artwork. Thrifty Angela, great drawings. Thank you, guys. Richard is a great artist. He has a lot more he should be doing with it. Just saying.
Well, when you're in pain all the time, it's hard to draw.
Yes, that's true. So that was one of the things I was wanting to talk about, was that just figuring out how to not overdo it, because we have, as you all know, we have what time is it, Richard? Can you keep an eye on time?
Well, what do you need?
Oh, it's only 11:29. Okay. So
what time are you waiting for?
12, because this is 1 hour. So we have our
it's only been half an hour. Right?
We have our videos, doing our own creations, putting those out, and that takes time, more time than I ever thought. It takes a lot more. And then we have watching other people's videos and live streams. And I have to admit, I've been very addicted to the live streams in the last couple months, and I love you guys. This is all fun. we're learning. This is like college to me, and I miss college. I went when I was 50, so it hasn't been that long ago. I'm 58, and so I miss college, and I didn't get to finish my master's degree because of my spinal disease. So I am approaching this similar to college. So I'm studying what y'all do and what looks like it's successful and what does not look successful. And then I just get caught up in the personalities. There's some great personalities. Box Van D, you've influenced me in wanting to do. I thought if you were so afraid or against doing live streams, it was like a no, I am not doing a live stream. And then there you were. And you fought through the battles you had with your internet and whatnot. And I thought, my gosh, if she can do it, then I should at least give it a try. And then there's been other people. But really, that's how an influencer works. So for me anyways. Let's see if there's anything else here that anybody has said. Oh, that's right. We don't have any moderators.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean?
Well, there's reasons you have moderators. I didn't even think about that. See, that's again my ignorance about how to do this all. But thank you, RV Ashes in April. So,
what is the moderator going to do for us now?
Well, they can drop links, or they can. They're kind of like a director. They're kind of like a person who keeps everything running.
And so we're not going to keep running because we don't have a moderator.
No,
right?
no. We're fine. Thrifty Angela, yeah, we love learning new things too. We're both learners. I take notes, and we have a notebook. And if we see a channel we've never seen before, we go to it and we look at it. Subscribe. We're not a sub for sub channel. And I learned that from Bob at Blue Wave Odyssey.
Definitely write it down and look at it later.
Mm-hmm.
So we can look at it later.
Right.
I'm going to have to get a drink. I'll be right back.
But so we're not sub for sub. We go look and we find what we like and we subscribe to it and keep going back. So that's an important point for me. Absolutely checking out the channels that are on here right now. So I'll go back and read this chat so that I can see there's some people here I've never seen before, and I will go look at those channels. And that's how I've gotten connected to every single one of you. And so that's important to do. What else is on here? Yes, moderators run chats and keep people out. I need to find moderators for next time. Bringing up the live on a computer. Yes, I didn't get that. I didn't get that far. So mistakes, I'll make notes of all those things. And then when we have our next one, it will not be like this. And so just to make a note, it looks like we won't be back next Tuesday. We'll be back the following Tuesday because Richard has this medical procedure in the morning on Tuesday. And he's waited for months for this. So we've got to get it done. He's got to get it done. We don't have to get it done. Arkansas Woodcutter. Oh, glad you're here. And if I've missed you because I've been talking so much, I'm so sorry. I'm not meant to overlook anybody, but thank you for coming. God on night. I can never pronounce your name. God on Nikon. Glad you're here. Our Epic RV Adventure. Thank you very much for coming. And that's another channel to check out right now. Our Epic RV Adventure Michael has a I don't even know the right word for it. There's a trio of military men that are doing fundraising, and our Epic RV Adventure is one of them. And I encourage you to go look at what they did yesterday. There was 3 of them. And because I was so caught up in trying to do my work, I only got to see a little of his video, but I'm going to go back and watch the other 2 as well. So
hello again.
Hello again. Priscilla, my sister. Let's see.
Priscilla's your sister?
She has been my sister for a while.
Have I met her?
And please so there's just so many people here. I can't even begin to say, hi, Johnny's Journey. I don't think I got to say hello to you earlier on.
There's a lot of people that we haven't mentioned, but it scrolls so fast, I can't keep up with it. I'm sure you've all gone through that before.
Oh, yes, I watched enough of these to know this is not uncommon. So go ahead. What were you going to talk about?
I need some prompts. Tell me to sit up straight.
One of the things that we're looking at is different ways of working on the road. And like I said, Robin from Creativity RV I've got so many ideas from things I can do. And by the way, some of these things people could do before they ever hit the road.
There's a lot of things people have to do before they hit the road. And we have to do a lot. We're not going to be able to even have what we're hoping to have until December. So
yeah,
it's going to be hard to hit the road from December to January and to get to where we need to go to meet some of you people. And it's just going to be quite a chore is what I'm saying.
Right. That's why we had hoped he'd have his back surgery over with by now. See, we made plans and then life interrupted. And his surgery should have happened months ago. And it was basically approved. And then because he smokes cigarettes, hit the insurance company until he can produce a UA that shows that there is no nicotine or cotinine in his system, they will not pay for a back surgery.
So I have to drink a lot of drinks, flush my system, and stop smoking. That's number one.
Yeah.
Don't smoke.
Yep, don't smoke. And so, so in December, so what we've been looking at, we'll just give you a little idea of what we're looking at as a rig. By accident, we drove to another town north of Eugene, about 10 miles, to get gas because the gas was so cheap. It was worth filling up there. And Richard just happened to look straight ahead and... I
had it in my mind when we left the house that day that I was going to look for any RV and stop and talk to people about it. And we went to... And I knew for some reason I wanted to go. And lo and behold, we were turning around at a gas station. And I looked straight ahead out the window. And in the distance, I see a short bus sitting there in somebody's driveway. I couldn't believe it. And I said, wait a minute. Let's go there. I want to talk to that guy. So after we got gas, we went there and I knocked on the door and he was home and he came out and I mentioned to him that we were going to have to leave our home and that we're going on the road and becoming nomads. And I was wanting to ask him about his RV, it's a school bus. It's a short bus. And it's a very old bus. It's a 93, but it's got a 1,000,000-mile motor in it. It's a 7.3, I think, 2 or 3, 7.2 or 7.3 diesel. And those are million-mile motors. And it's got 186,000 miles on it. It's been well cared for. It was a school bus, so I know the maintenance was kept up on it. And the guy that got it said that it's been very well cared for, and I don't know what he paid for it, but I offered him $500, and he seems to be happy with that, because I think that he wants to help us, and we're not going to be able to get a hold of it till December. So the build out's going to be a quick one. I think I'm just going to slap a bed in and grab a stove somewhere. Well, we have one, and load up and go to Arizona and meet where we need to go, meet people, and we'll get started.
He has the skills to do any of the build, but right now he can't do any of that at this point.
It's all running through my head a million miles an hour. What I would do when I'm doing it, how I would do it, and I want to get into it and do it, but we don't have it yet.
Well, we went and we took measurements, or he and the owner took measurements of it, and so we know what the inside. I know I got it wrong. We know what the inside is like, and it's filled with books right now. And so he did the best he could in getting the measurements, but basically we know how big it is and what we have to work with. But I'm thinking, if everything works out, and I would love to have that, because it's more. I think that it's sturdier than an older Class C. I could be wrong. I've been wrong at least once in my life. And I think
More
that...
than that.
But an older Class C that's in good condition, having it checked out by an RV person, and seeing what everything is like would make more common sense, because one of the pieces of our channel is I'm disabled. I have a neurological disease that my spinal disease has caused. And like I've said earlier, I've had I believe 11 surgeries, and looking at my 12th, or 10 and looking at my 11th. But I have, it's unfortunate, and it's really a sad sign when you can't remember how many surgeries you've had. I had both knees replaced this last year in order to be able to do this. I knew they would have to be replaced, because it was like walking on glass or walking on gravel in my knees. And so my
son just walked in. This is my service. My son, his name is Brent, or Richard. His name's Richard.
Patty wanted to say hi real quick.
She's our dog that will be coming with us. Patty, say hi. Woof, woof. This dog still gets it on. Our son has this beautiful German Shepherd Malinois, who is about 90 pounds.
Who's also part wolf.
Part wolf. And he likes to play with her. She's not really interested in playing at 20. However, he still tries to play with her. And then my nephew has a pit bull that's a beautiful, wonderful dog, although him and the Malinois got into it, and the dogs can't be together again because there was grave damage, almost killed the Malinois. So anyways, we love animals, and Patty is her name. She's our little baby girl. She's our little girl. And so she'll be with us. And
Patty's her name. Don't wear it out.
I do know that you have to be really careful with animals, and I believe I heard Box Van D saying that today to somebody. Carolyn from Carolyn's RV Life, she has a dog, and that dog, just by a breath, so to speak, missed hanging out with a sidewinder rattlesnake there in Arizona. It might even be Nevada. I don't remember. It's one of the two, but it's in one of her last video talked about that and showed the snake. I mean, she showed the snake. And so I know. And then the coyotes seem to be very proliferous in the desert, and we don't want nothing to happen to our little girl. We just love her. And one of the things, so I've seen on Gina Van Life with Gina Payne, her little house, so to speak. I just use that phrase that she has set up for her kitties. I'm thinking of something like that for Patty Cake, just to hang out in, and where we won't be afraid that, you know, she's going to be snatched right up, because here at our Sticks and Bricks, the animals come and go at will. Most of the day in the morning, the door is open, the screen is shut, so the dogs can go out, because the dogs, one of the big dogs,
push through the screen.
So it's torn, and the dogs can go through it.
Keeps the bugs out, and it still go through it. It's like a doggy door.
It's a doggy door, yes.
Only it's a screen doggy door.
Yeah. And so we're going to have to accommodate that, but we want to be in Arizona or wherever it happens, the RTR, and I hope it happens. So that's my first goal, is to get to that and I know that's in January. And I can't leave my family for the holidays. My little sister, Priscilla, would not be happy.
She won't leave her family for the holidays.
Well, no,
I won't. Not that she can't. She won't.
No. I love my family. My sister Nancy.
I saw Nancy was here a little while ago. Her name came up.
Okay. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for making it. And then I've got another sister, Patricia. And my little sister, Priscilla, who's really, and everybody knows this, Priscilla's my best friend. I mean, we grew up together. My sister Nancy is about 6 years or 7 or 8 years older than me.
Or 9 or 10. Or more, who knows? She's getting up there. No,
I don't think she's quite.
Sorry, Nancy, I'm just teasing you.
I'm 58, and I think Nancy's 68 or 70.
That's
something
11
like
years older.
Well, we'll figure it out later when she calls and gripes me out for aging her. So they were, her and our older sister, who passed away, I believe, 4 years ago, Linda. Grew up together, and then there were two more sisters, Annette and Patty, Patricia. Annette passed away 21 years ago from a double aneurysm, brain aneurysm.
When did Patty die?
I didn't say Patty died.
You said there were two more.
No, with two more in the middle that grew up together, Annette and Patty, and I said Annette passed away about 20 or 21 years ago. Okay, sorry if that confused anybody. And then they were out basically by the time we can remember. And then Priscilla and I grew up together like we were only, just two kids. We didn't really spend much. I have no memory of my older sisters living at home. So, anyway, she is my best friend, and and I would not feel right to leave her for the holidays, especially since will be the first year since my dad passed. And I love I love doing things with my family. However, I'm excited to get to Arizona or wherever the RTR is, and get to meet people, and the partier. It really looks like everybody has a great amount of fun there.
Excuse me, I had to have my son find the keys.
Time? I don't want to run over.
It's 49.
Okay, 49. So that's our plans, and I think it would be really cool if everything works out the way I've planned it, by the way. And I think I've got it planned down to the nuts and bolts. Oh, Priscilla, you haven't lost me. Not at all. We're just going to go on extended vacation, but come and go. Hitch up and tow. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you're here. A dog playpen, box Andy? Yes, that's what I'm thinking. And she's old. She sleeps a lot. She's not up to like running around all day long. We take her pretty much everywhere we go, and she comes home and she sleeps. Let's see if I've missed anybody else. And I'm glad there's been no trolls, at least that I've seen, because I was unprepared. And I don't want that to happen to me. I saw it happen on another show in the last week, and it was really sad to see someone come on and try to disrupt what people are really trying to do and do well as we can. So, Desmond Donders, hello. Glad you made it. Glad to see you here. We do have a pickup, and I briefly thought about a camper because we're gonna have a towed. I'm not gonna, no matter if it is a schoolie or if it is a Class C that we end up with, we're gonna need a towed because those are expensive to just drive around. And one of the things that what my plan is, and I'm hoping it's my husband's plan, is, the whole January thing. There's lots of parks that I want to see. I want to see every national park that we have. I actually have a list going, and there's someone that I follow who does all the national parks. And I can't do the hikes. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do hikes, but at least to be able to go see them. And I really don't want to just have to do a drive-through. The keys?
Yeah.
You could check my purse.
I did. I didn't find it.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I'll be done in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
We'll be done in a couple minutes. So those are things, the parks. I would like to do Route 66. That would also be fun. Alaska for my father.
Alaska will be wonderful.
Oh, see, before all of this, I had really wanted to move to Alaska. Before, before this happened, before my dad passing happened. My dad, last year, I think maybe it was about a year and a half ago. I think it's before it was before he was in care at a nursing home. And we were watching everything Alaska and just obsessed with it. And my dad loved it too. And so he was wanting to get a motorhome and drive, and I'm like, Dad, he didn't have the kind of problems that he had. And he didn't need as much care at that point, but it was not too long after, and all of us could see that was coming. He wanted us to even get a boat, just even like a 20-foot boat to go out onto lake or bay. And that was after he was paralyzed. And I said, Dad, I'm not going to lift you into a boat. Nobody's going to take you out on the water and have something happen and you drown. I mean, he just said, no, nothing's going to happen. But that was the nature of our father.
There was a man that was giving away an ocean boat. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was like 30 foot, maybe. Pretty close to 30 foot, 26 to 30 foot. And it needed a lot of work.
Yes.
A lot of work. And I almost took it on. My nephew and I almost took it on because had it been in order, it would have been a wonderful boat. Wonderful. It was beautiful. It just needed a lot of TLC. And I'm pretty good at doing that kind of thing and making things that are dirty clean. And it's the mechanical stuff that I was worried about because I never worked on a boat before. And it had a lot of potential, but it was too much potential to take on at that time in my life. And so we let it go. But her father was just into it. He was into it. He could not figure out why we didn't get it.
Nope.
And he just wanted us to have that boat.
Because he wanted to go. He wanted to go out and journey. And that's how our father was. That's how my father was, is reaching for more and never letting anything really stand in his way. And the barriers can be removed. They're just there, but it doesn't mean you can't overcome them in some way. And so but I was in no way putting my father on a boat when he was paralyzed and going out into the ocean or the bay or a lake with him. I just wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have trusted human error.
Well, we'd have figured a way to get him on there, but I just wouldn't have felt comfortable either.
No. So so coming on, I'm just going to really quickly go over who's coming on the rest of the day.
5 minutes.
Lucky Dog Productions comes on at 6 Eastern Time. RV Kids TV comes on at 7 Eastern. And Happy Place Diaries comes on at 8. And then Justin, I'm not sure if it's Justin and Christina tonight or RV Traveling MIA Researcher. Every other week they switch out, and I haven't yet discovered who's on the first and third week day or in the second and the fourth.
Gone Boondocking usually comes on Saturday. I don't know if he's doing it now or not because he's not in a place where he usually is. He was pretty, what do you call it? He kept doing it all the time in the same spot.
Right.
He was pretty good at coming on the same time every Saturday. But then he had to, because of the heat, he had to move. So then he didn't come on, and then he did come on. And then I lost track, so I don't know when he's coming on now or not. So he may be coming on tonight at 6. I'm not sure if it was 5 or 6.
6 o'clock is usually when he comes on. And he's not part of the Share the Air community, but my husband is talking about him because he really respects the work that he's doing. He's an inventor. He was close to being a rocket scientist guy.
A lot of you know him as Hour Shower.
I don't know if, and I'm sure there's people on here who know of his Hour Shower. He is invented, and he could make a ton of money off of this thing, but that is not who he is. He doesn't need it. He's retired. He's got a good retirement. This is because he wants to help people. And he, his name is Gone Boondocking. His name is David. And that Hour Shower, he felt like there were people who were out here or out there. I'm not out here yet. I desperately want to be out here. If you know, you know what I mean, if you're out there. And so that's why I say that. It's in my head. I've already got myself there. But he invented this Hour Shower where you could use a gallon of water, or was it a half a gallon?
I don't know how much water.
It's a gallon or a half. I believe it's 1 gallon. And it even might be a half a gallon of water you could use for an hour over and over and recycling, and you never need more. And it is scientifically sound. So he was concerned about some of the people who had physical conditions that need to be able to bathe on a regular basis, and more than just a sponge bath. I remember him saying that, using that as one of his important reasons, is that for health reasons, people needing to be able to bathe in a way that
regularly,
in a more regular way than a sponge bath, which I will tell you. So I'm trying to adopt some of the things that would be required of me on the road. So I have a few times a week I'll do a sponge bath rather than take a shower. On my shower nozzle I've got a little button, and I take what's called what's the name for it? It's what the military people take.
GI shower.
Yeah, and where they just you wet down, shut it off, suds up, and rinse. I've started doing that. I would say 80% of the time that's what I do. And then the other 20% of the time I'm a selfish brat and I take a whole shower. So anyways, adopting that, I have to go through my closet again. But I'm down to, I roll my clothes up and put them away. I don't just I roll them up and put them away. So trying to adopt those things. Well, it's 11:57, and I just want to say goodbye. I want to say thank you for showing up. And
I hope you weren't too bored with this.
I feel like we were all over. We tried to keep some flow going, but
Tried to.
tried to. I think that it was okay. Please leave us a message, leave us recommendations. And I really do read this stuff. And those of you who I am connected to know that when I
So,
send messages,
as she was saying, leave us some comment about your views of how we did, what we need to change, how can we improve, and give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and come back and see us again next
2
Monday.
weeks. Next Monday, you're having a procedure.
Monday after next Monday.
Yep.
2 weeks from today.
Now I'm feeling sad already because I think I'm going to like doing this.
I think you already do.
All right. Well, have a great week. Have a great 2 weeks. I know I'll see most of you out there somewhere. And be safe and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. How did we do you think?
I think we did well. I think